Hello everybody, Tyrone the God 3 here, and welcome back to my Dragon Ball Super Reviews. Today we'll be doing the review of episode 33. This episode is titled, Be Surprised, Universe 6, This is Super Saiyan Son Goku. This episode definitely, this is one of the more controversial episodes in the Dragon Ball series. At least in the Dragon Ball Super series, sorry. One of the most controversial episodes based on everything that's happened in this episode. And it's the one episode that's leaving us, like, with our jaws dropped open, questioning what the hell. Because they take a lot of, like, risky moves here. Some of which I actually like, and some I find interesting. Overall, this episode was really cool in terms of pacing, too, because we get two fights out of the way, instead of just, like, a to-be-continued on a fight like I thought would happen. Moving into another fight. Like the ending's still a to-be-continued moment, but we finished two fights, Goku versus Batamo and Goku versus Frost. And I should just go over the plot summary. The episode begins with Goku and Batamo, basically right off the heels of episode 32. Goku and Batamo start their fight, and I don't like their fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be 100% with you on this one, because it seems so out of place for Goku in this fight. First of all, it's dumb because Goku, has eaten too much, so he has to run it off. And the problem I have with that is Goku moves faster than the speed of, light. So, him running it off to me should be him teleporting around the stadium, doing, little teleports, maybe even an instant transmission here and there, because he's going at blinding speeds, not him actually running. It just looks goofy to me. It looks damn stupid. And then he had to stretch. And then afterwards, when the fight really actually gets started, and then he actually starts punching Batamo. I thought this was interesting that the Batamo couldn't feel the hits, but he didn't use that to his advantage. While Goku's swacking away at him, Botamo's just standing there. It's like, are you serious, Botamo? There's a guy punching you and the attacks aren't working. Use that advantage to nail Goku right in the face. Plus, you have the ability to shoot energy beams out of your mouth. Use that too. What does Goku wind up doing? He winds up actually using his head, which was idiotic. Yeah, in some fights he's done that before where he had to actually use his head, and he used the headbutt to hit his opponents, but that was because it was clever and it was unexpected. In this one, it still didn't do anything. Botamo has the ability to absorb his Goku's attacks, and according to Jocko, he has the ability to send the attacks to another dimension. Some wise stuff. That's some really cool stuff that they could have really complimented on and made this fight visually look really cool, but they didn't. What is Goku's solution to winning this fight? To grab Botamo by the foot and throw him off of the arena? Are you kidding me? An out-of-bounds victory in this type of fight? That's so cheap. So, yeah, that's how he winds up winning the fight. It was very underwhelming. I'm sorry. When I look into this tournament with Universe 6 versus Universe 7 characters that are all mostly probably on the same levels of strength, probably weaker, probably stronger for some because you got Piccolo in there, I expected some brawls. I expected some real deal, just throwing down. Even if you have to, classic Dragon Ball Z style fighting. What I mean by that, when I look at this tournament, I always think about the Otherworld tournament. And even the weaker fighters in the Otherworld tournament visually had better fights than the Botamo versus Goku fight. And that's what pisses me off. Granted, Botamo was interesting. Unfortunately, he wasn't interesting enough to use to an advantage. Because I like the move where he bounces around the stadium and hits Goku like that. But I was hoping they'd use that to their advantage somehow too, but they don't. Knocking Botamo out via a out-of-bounds victory is very ugh to me. Thankfully, the episode makes up for that by going right into its next fight, Goku versus Frost. So we see Frost, and at first everybody doesn't really like Frost because he looks so much like Frieza. Is that discrimination? Yes, that is. But it's justifiable discrimination considering all the damage that Frieza's done to them, plus cooler if you want to count him. So it was clear why they were a bit weary of him. Turns out Frost is actually a very honorable man. He won 3 Nobel Peace Prizes across the universe, well, his universe, and the only reason he's doing this fight is so that he can protect the children, which is admirable. I like that. So then Goku and Frost end up fighting. And at first, Frost actually shows that the advantage because he does this cool little like throwing move on him. But Goku quickly picks up on this and tells Frost to transform. Frost transforms into what he calls his assault mode. We know it as third form Frieza, but he calls it his third form, the assault form. So they actually fight, and it's a really good fight. Like, this is what I was expecting from the Botamo fight. Goku and Frost are like legitimately throwing down. Like, it's a good fight. Like, there's moments where Frost ends up winning, and then there's moments where Goku ends up winning. It's legit. But then Goku calls Frost out on him. He said he's holding back his power. When he does this, Goku transforms Super Saiyan. And now, this is where the controversies actually start, because people were going, well, why is Goku transforming regular Super Saiyan rather than Super Saiyan Blue? Because we thought that Super Saiyan Blue was his Super Saiyan now. I'm guessing, and this is what my wild guess. Super Saiyans 1, 2, and 3 use regular energy, while Super Saiyan Blue uses God Ki. And I always figured Goku can use one into each other in between them. It's like a car. Like how a car can use one fuel, but if you upgrade it to take on a different fuel, it can use that fuel. Well, Goku's like a car that can accept both forms of fuel, and right now he's using the Super Saiyan energy. And when he, like, obviously he won't get as much of a power up from it as his God Ki, but right now he's using that to fight off against Frost, because there's still like a line of fighters left for him to fight afterwards if he wins. So he's conserving energy, but he is still transforming into a Super Saiyan state. Regardless, Frost ends up transforming in his final stage, which he's reluctant to do because he killed somebody on accident when he last transformed into it. That doesn't mean a damn thing to Goku, though, because Goku basically overpowers Frost in every type of way. At this point, it's so one-sided, it's ridiculous. Goku has this fight by the balls. He has full advantage in this fight, to a point where even the people on our side, Universe 7, start feeling bad for Frost. To the point where they're like, oh god, Goku, you're looking kind of bad here. Because Frost is doing this whole tournament so that Champa can support him into the protecting the children's thing. So watching Goku beat the crap out of Frost just looks kind of upsetting. But then the episode takes a huge twist here, where Goku starts seeing, like, woozy, like his vision starts getting woozy in the middle of the fight, and Frost takes that advantage and kicks Goku out of the arena. And then after that, the episode ends. Now, overall, like I said, this episode was really, really good when it got up to the Frost fight. And even then, I had some issues because people kept interrupting the Frost fight by talking. But I did like the fight in general, and it was starting to pick up. Once Goku started overtaking Frost, though, it looked like it was just about over. This is where we reached one of the biggest controversies that's still getting questioned to this day as to what happened to Goku exactly. Some people state that it's Frost and he did some technique on Goku, and Goku ends up losing afterwards. I don't want to believe in that, because if that's the case, Frost can do that same technique on Piccolo, Vegeta, and Monaka. And I don't want to see an entire tournament of that happening. And I know some people saying as well, Piccolo and Vegeta have already seen this once, so they can counter it. I don't want to sit there and believe that either, because Piccolo ends up getting physically hit by Frost in the previews of the next episode. So, in theory, he should be falling for this trick too, but he doesn't. So, I want to believe that it's Hit doing something on the sidelines, because he secretly, wants to win this tournament for his own desires. I want to believe that. I want to believe there's something even further behind the scenes here. Because as we can see, Vegeta and Goku easily outclass a lot of the fighters here. And another disappointment that happened to me, one of my favorite Universe 6 characters so far, since we've been introduced to all the Universe 6 characters, is Kabe. Kabe is one of my favorites. I like the way he looks. I like the fact that he's a Saiyan from another dimension. I like that. And I like his attack that he uses in the opening. One problem I have with Kabe, though, is that when Goku turned Super Saiyan, he had no knowledge of it. So, the series has one of two options. One, they're going to use that as an advantage to turn Kabe Super Saiyan in some way, shape, or form, which I don't know how that helps him unless his base form is already really powerful. Or B, he has an alternate way of transforming that's different from Super Saiyan. Regardless, Goku losing was a very ballsy move for them to do, but I'm glad they did it because it gives Piccolo and the others a chance to get some spotlight. So, with that said, the next episode is Piccolo versus Frost. Bet everything on the Makanko Senpo, aka the Special Being Canon. So, I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyrone the God 3, out.